Stop reading lips, start reading souls. In the next few minutes, Nietzsche's ruthless cheat codes will show you how to strip the mask off anyone. Boss, date, best friend. This isn't gossip, it's self-defense. And yes, you'll catch yourself too. Grab the magnifying glass. Here are Nietzsche's 18 psychological tells to read anyone instantly. 1. Everyone wears a mask. No, not the skincare kind, the social kind. People don't present the truth, they present what keeps them safe. You'll spot the mask not when it's on, but when it slips. Micro flinches, sudden throat clears, a smile that abandons the eyes. Watch for tension. What topic makes the shoulders inch toward the ears? That's where the real person begins. If masks are mandatory, what's the first crack? Easy, the itch they scratch on someone else. 2. Projection is self-revelation. What a person hates loudly in others is often what they can't face quietly in themselves. The anti-arrogance crusader terrified of looking small. The relentless liar police officer who's hiding an inconvenient truth. When you hear repeat rants, treat them like mirrors, not megaphones. Mirrors are helpful, but sometimes the loudest message is silence. 3. Silence tells on you. Pauses, topic detours, politely rehearsed answers to deep questions. These are not glitches, they're data. If someone avoids vulnerability like it's a food allergy, the avoidance outlines the fear. With people, the negative space is part of the portrait. When words finally show up, beware the halo around them. 4. Loud virtue can be quiet vanity. The moral bullhorn, always correcting, always pure, often hides a less flattering motivation. Status. True goodness doesn't need applause, it has nothing to sell. If someone performs sainthood, check for a crown under the halo. But before you accuse them of fooling you, remember who they fooled first. 5. The first lie is to the self. I'm fine. I'm over it. I don't care. These aren't traps for you, they're lullabies they sing to themselves. Self-deception keeps the psyche from short-circuiting. Don't default to, they're lying to me. Start with, they've believed this for years. The plot holes point you to the real story. And when self-deception needs armor, it usually upgrades to superiority. 6. Superiority hides inferiority, and if someone must constantly win, dominate, or list their trophies, the throne is wobbling. Real confidence is quiet because it's busy doing the thing. Inflated egos are just scared and kids in big shoes. Okay, you can spot the costume, but what's the fuel underneath? Spoiler, it's not joy, it's fear. 7. Most behavior is fear in a fancy outfit. Over-explaining, commandeering the conversation, going ghost, agreeing when they want to scream no. These are choreography steps for dodging rejection, humiliation, or loss. Don't ask what do they want. Ask what are they afraid to lose. That's the map. Fear loves puppets, and its favorite string is criticism. 8. Chronic criticism is confession. The one who nitpicks everyone's choices is often at war with their own. Mocking overly emotional people, they can't face their feelings, dragging appearances. They're battling the mirror. Pointed judgment points back to the pointer. And when that judgment doesn't land, some people summon a bigger shield, unshakable confidence. 9. Bulletproof confidence often covers a bruise. Watch for jaw tension, over-preparation, hair-triggered defensiveness. Performed certainty is usually guilt or shame with a great PR team. Peace doesn't need to argue. Want to hear insecurity without a stethoscope? Listen for the volume knob. 10. Exaggeration betrays insecurity. I never care what people think. I'm always happy. Cute. Absolutes are the ego's noise-canceling headphones. The more extreme the claim, the louder the doubt it's drowning out. Turn down the language, turn up the listening, and when the volume drops, you'll notice another tell, the craving to control everything. 11. Control on the outside equals chaos on the inside. Micromanagers and plan everything to death people aren't strong. They're scared. If any change sends them spinning, the inner world is messy. The stricter the shell, the more fragile the yoke. But nothing screams emptiness like a life that's one long performance. 12. The bigger the show, the hungrier the core. Endless highlight reels, curated personas, look at me energy. This isn't power, it's panic. People who feel seen inside don't need a constant audience outside. Performance is sometimes love shouted at a locked door. You've mapped the cracks. Ready to read the soul living under the drywall? Let's go subterranean. 13. Logic usually has a broken heart behind it. Most hot takes are ice packs on old burns. Love is fake. People are selfish. Trust no one. Listen past the thesis to the scar tissue. Humans pick beliefs to protect wounds and then reverse engineer the arguments. Ask not what do they believe, Mons, but what hurt them into believing it. And if you want the fastest character test, don't watch them near power, watch them near weakness. 14. Power shows as restraint. Anyone can perform dominance. The real tell is how someone treats the person who can't give them anything. If they mock vulnerability, they fear their own. If they punish mistakes, they were never allowed to make any. Strength that doesn't humiliate is strength that's healed. From power to presence, meet the ache that drives the performance engine. 15. The terror of being forgettable fuels attention chasing. Some folks need to be noticed in every room. Louder clothes, bigger stories, constant pinging. Looks like confidence, smells like invisibility trauma. The child who wasn't seen becomes the adult who can't stop waving. If they're too much, ask what happens to them when they're not enough. And when attention fails, there's an older reflex. Tear down what reminds you of what you lost. 16. Attacks often mask envy. We don't only criticize what we despise, we also criticize what we desire but don't permission ourselves to become. Mocking the bold, sneering at the successful, gossiping about the free, envy speaking through a ventriloquist doll. Translate I hate them to I want that, and I'm scared I can't have it. Past envy lies the origin story, the childhood script still running in the background. 17. Adults reenact their childhood with better shoes. We don't live our beliefs, we replay our biographies. The unheard kid interrupts. The shamed kid becomes the flawless logician. The love must be earned kid performs for affection, forever. Behavior is biography written in present tense. If you want to understand someone, ask who they had to be to survive. And now, the master key. What people repeat is what they're telling you. 18. Patterns are confessions. Ghosting when intimacy appears, overworking to avoid stillness, flirting with everyone but attaching to no one. These aren't quirks. They're safety protocols. Every pattern says, here's how I keep myself intact. Here's where I was hurt. Here's what I'm terrified to repeat. Learn the pattern language and you'll hear truth before it's spoken. That's when judgment dissolves and clarity begins. Take a breath. Notice what just happened. You aim to read people, and now your own patterns are side-eyeing you from across the room. That's the secret payoff. The clearer you see others, the clearer you see yourself. Awkward, useful, like a brutally honest mirror. Before we land this plane, a few quick pro tips for using this power without becoming a villain. Read for compassion, not control. The goal is understanding, not leverage. Verify, don't assume. A single tell is a clue. A cluster is a pattern. Check your projections, the traits that set you off. Start with your own backpack. Offer safety. People remove masks where they feel safe, not where they feel studied. If this hit home, if one rule called you out harder than your last breakup, tell me which number stung or saved you. I read every comment like it's a diary left open on a park bench. Until then, read gently, look kindly, and remember. The truth leaks through the cracks, but love is the glue that lets people take off the mask.